adding and subtracting decimals. I know what you're thinking, but Miss Turner, I already know how to add and subtract decimals. I know you do, but this is a quick review because we are moving on to another unit. So, say for instance, you have two numbers. So, our first number we're going to use is 101.90. All right, now I'm going to add 5.761 to that. So those are my two numbers. Well, looking at this, you may see numbers that look like this, but it's kind of hard to add this way, right? So the first thing that you will want to do is to line them up one behind the other. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it to make it easier to add. So I'm going to rewrite 101.90, and I'm going to line up my decimals together. It's going to add my decimal here because my decimals need to be lined up, and then my number before the decimal is a 5. So I'm going to put that where that belongs, and then my number after the decimal is a 761. Wait a minute, something's missing, they don't line up. That's okay, we can add a placeholder to our top number. I'm gonna go ahead and add a placeholder to our top number. So there's my placeholder. And I'm gonna add my line and my addition sign. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add these two numbers. So 0 plus 1 is 1. 0 plus 6 is 6. 9 plus 7 is 16. I'm going to add the 6, carry the 1, and then I'm going to bring my decimal down so to make sure that it is in the proper place. And I'm going to add the remainder numbers. So I have 5, 6, and plus 1 more is 7. Drop my 0 down and 1. So my final answer for adding 101.90 plus 5.761 is 107.661. Now, I'm going to subtract using the same number. So I have 1.1.90 plus 5.761. So again, my first step is to rewrite it to make it easier to add. So I'm going to go ahead and add rewrite 10.90. And then again, I'm going to bring my decimal down. My number before my decimal is a 5. My number after the decimal is a 761. Again, I'm going to add my placeholder. There's my placeholder, and now I can go ahead and draw my line and my subtraction symbol. Okay, I cannot take 1 out of 0, right? And then my next number is 0. So the thing that we need to do is we have to what's called borrow. So my next number, since I can't borrow from this 0, I have to borrow from my 9. So I'm going to borrow 10 from my 9. This makes it 8. And then I'm going to still need to borrow from this 0. So I'm going to go ahead and make that 9 and make this 10. So now that all my borrowing is done on this side of my decimal, then I can go ahead and do my subtraction. So I have 10 minus 1 is 9. 9 minus 6 is 3. 8 minus 7 is 1. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring my decimal down. Can't take 1. I can't take 5 from 1 because 1 isn't large enough, right? And then I'm confronted with another 0. So I'm going to do exactly what I did on this side of my decimal. I'm going to borrow from my 1 here. I'll make that a 0. I'm going to go ahead and borrow from here. That's going to make this a 9 because remember this became 10. And now I'm going to make this one 11. So 5 minus 11 is 6. And then I'm just going to bring that 9 down and then that 0. So our answer, our final answer is 96.139. I hope this was helpful and in you being able to complete your worksheets. Thank you so much. See you guys in class.